Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for this time. You have this Divine Matrix card and this Tender Embrace card. So for a lot of you, I do feel like you are wanting, like a person maybe in your life, and or maybe you're just wanting, kind of like connection, right? This could be with people in your life. It could be, friends, family, things like that. And so you could have a little bit of a craving for attention right now, not in a bad way, of course. I think this is a good thing. But yeah, I feel like you should get it or go and get it if you need it, right? You have that Three of Cups, which is like thinking about your community, thinking about family, and we'll talk about that more in a second. But there definitely seems to be a focus on that in this reading. Your first card is the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is a card of like, feeling left out in the cold or feeling lonely. But the thing with the Five of Pentacles is the fives have very easy solutions in the tarot. Now, the Five of Pentacles says do not call attention to your weaknesses, focus on your strengths, and that's probably exactly what you should be doing in this reading. And you should be spending time with people you're close to or, whatever the case may be. I also feel, I feel pretty good about money in this reading. Like Five of Pentacles can say that you are feeling lack or you are feeling like a poverty mindset, but then we have the Ten of Pentacles coming up. The funny thing about the Ten of Pentacles is it's showing up in the area of your closest relationships right here. So again, if you are hoping to improve your finances or hoping to grow money, then other people could be very important to you at this time. Like they literally could help you financially, or again, this could be like family or friends that like give you ideas that help you financially. So, the two seem to be connected. Your crossing energy is the Page of Cups, which again kind of makes sense. If you are looking for love, you could be just having a hard time finding it. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. But, the Page of Cups, crossing can just say there's no one you're interested in or you just haven't found a person yet, right? For those of you that are looking for love. I'm also getting another message here, outside of love, that some of you could be lacking inspiration at this time. I'm not sure, we're going to clarify this reading. You do have the Queen of Wands. The interesting thing about the Queen of Wands is she can kind of represent inspiration. We'll talk about it when we get there. But, I kind of feel this just general lack of inspiration. It's like, sometimes it's like you want to do something, you want to improve your situation, but you just can't, you just don't know. And I kind of get that feeling with these two cards here. Next, in the area of what's on your mind or the area of your thoughts, you have the Three of Cups. So, again, this is kind of like furthering the message that you are wanting to make connection with people. And again, this doesn't even have to be love like a lover. This could be love with your family or friends or people in your life. And I would definitely encourage you to like reach out at this time if you are just wanting connection. Maybe that's what you need. And so, I would definitely do that. The Three of Cups also would say there are plenty of people who do want to support you and, be there for you whether you believe it or not. So I feel it would be a great time for you to like tap into your connections, make sure you are connecting with people. This can also say that you are hoping for a harvest. These three ladies are celebrating this harvest, these pumpkins that are growing around them, and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So again, if you are working with other people or if you want to work with other people, very good for doing that. Next, in the area of your foundation, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands represents conflict and competition. Again, just like the Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands has very easy solutions. These people are using sticks to fight, they're not using swords. So the Five of Wands, it can represent conflict, but really the card itself represents learning how to embrace conflict, learning how to use conflict, and learning how to get through conflict and all that other stuff, right? So these five people on this card, they're training, they are learning how to fight. And so I feel a lot of you have learned a lot through conflicts in your life, and this could represent needing to apply that to your situation. The other thing I'm feeling here is competition. The Five of Wands can represent competition in your life, and there might be competition for certain things in your life. But the Five of Wands says you need to realize that you can stand out from the competition, you can do things differently. So I always tell people the Five of Wands is like, don't compare yourself to the competition. But I think it would be a good time for you to like study the competition, especially in work or business, and see what they're like not doing or see if there's something you can do that would make you stand out. And that's what I would focus on with that card. Next, in the area of the past, this is the energy you are moving past, you have this Path to Knowledge card. It says you are journeying into the realm of knowledge to assist in your personal growth. You also have this dragonfly spirit says shift your way of thinking and tackle the issue from a different angle. Yes, definitely any issues that you are experiencing, there's probably another way to get over, to overcome those issues, to overcome those challenges, and that's exactly what I would do with that card. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune can represent a change in your fortunes. It is coming up in the past and it can represent a cycle. And I kind of feel that some of you are ending a cycle, and maybe that's why you're feeling differently. It's like, I get feelings in this reading here, Gemini, like just all sorts of different feelings, right? And I feel what Gemini needs to realize is that we are in a different world. We are in a, very different time, and we've gone through some major changes for a long time now. Really for many years and through several big turning points, and now we're kind of getting to the end of those changes. I believe personally that this change, this transition period that we have all been going through since that time really ends somewhere in the future, whatever, So, again, we're going through these changes and, sometimes I think that we do feel differently, but it's not really like emotion. That could be part of it, but it's just that things have changed and it feels different. And so we just have to explore the energy right now and see how we feel, and that's what I would do. In your next row, what we're going to talk about next, in the area of your very near future, you have this Freedom card and this Stillness card. I do feel like you are hoping to gain more freedom. Pretty much everyone is. We have Uranus in Taurus still. Uranus in Taurus has a very strong push towards creating more freedom in life, so you're probably doing that. The Stillness card, I feel, is saying that you need to feed in your emotions. The swan, there's a swan on this card, and swans, they feed underwater. So they literally get their nourishment from the water, or underwater their emotions, right? And so I feel you need to nourish your emotions with this card and also explore your emotions. You have the Queen of Wands. I feel really good about this. Again, it seems to me like you need a little bit of inspiration. The Queen of Wands has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower is pointing towards the sun. So it is pointing towards things that bring her joy, peace, happiness, love, positive energy. And she needs to just follow the sunflower. The sunflower, her happiness, will always point her in the right direction. So I think that it would be a great time for you to move towards your desires. Now, the Queen of Wands is my card of learning as you go. So she has to learn as she moves forward. She might not know exactly how she is going to, complete her journey or how she's even going to get started or any of that, but she just has to trust. She's the only Wands court card that doesn't have salamanders on her cloak. And so the salamanders in the tarot represent protection from fire or protection from risk, basically. And so she's the only Wands court card that has to take risk without knowing whether or not she's protected or not. But it's part of her journey of, building strength and confidence and all those other things. And that's what I feel like you're doing, Gemini. Next, in your outcome row, you have this Freedom of Time. Yeah, you have another Freedom card. It says the freedom to do whatever you want with your time is one of the ultimate benchmarks of an abundant life. You are the master of your schedule. You have this Destiny card. It says you have a divine destiny to fulfill through your career path. Your work will help elevate the consciousness of the planet. Yes, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is coming up in the area of your closest relationships, but that could be everyone on Earth. So whatever you're thinking about doing, I would do it. It's going to be important. Over the coming time, you have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect, and I kind of feel that we are just, in general, I think we are in a time of truth and we are in a time of looking at the evidence. So on a personal level, I would say that anything you're spending time on, look at the evidence. Is it actually worth it to spend time on the things you're spending time on, or no? And I would get rid of the things that are a waste of time. And then, of course, I would double down on the things that are clearly leading to success. You know that the Justice card is all about that, needing to make sure that you're doing the things that are going to make you successful and lead to success. That's what I would pay attention to with this card. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. The 10 of Pentacles forms the tree of life. Pretty good for love. I do feel like some of you want connection. I don't know, that's the word that keeps popping into my head at the beginning of the reading with the 5 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Some of it's kind of funny as well because I do feel like some of you, if you do want love, It's like you could be meeting a person where you kind of start out more like companions. It's like kind of a friendship, but maybe like a sexy friendship, right? That's like a little bit more than friends. And I definitely get that energy. I'm not saying like friends with benefits, but I kind of am. And so I kind of feel you could maybe start as friends with a person, then it kind of just goes from there. The Ten of Pentacles also says that there could be a lot of financial benefits from your community or from the people around you. So if you need help, there could be, I'm mostly getting like ideas. Especially if you're lacking inspiration or you're not sure what to do next, I feel there could be a lot of people that really would have a lot of great advice and a lot of great insight. But you're going to have to connect with those people, right? You're going to have to, really work with those relationships, and that's what I would do. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Four of Swords. Now, you have that Still card with the swan on it, and a lot of you, I feel, could be healing or going through healing. The Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. He's also like hoping and praying for a blessing. And so I feel a lot of you could be kind of like, it's almost like you're recharging your battery so that you can manifest a blessing. And I do feel like you are. One thing that just stood out to me here, Gemini, is that you have card number 22 here. A 22 is very interesting. It's the Master Builder number. 22 is a pain in the ass, I will tell you that right now. I just moved not that long ago from a house number 22, and, while I was living there, it's like I was working on some big projects and I kept having to like redo them, go back over them. For one project in particular, I went through 3 people who just weren't cutting it, who just weren't doing the job that I hired them to do, and I had to like fire them and hire new people. And it's like I was going through this process, major pain in the ass. But one thing I can say is it was totally worth it, right? And so maybe that's the energy that you're in right now. It's like you are in this master builder energy where you're trying to build your life, and you keep having to go back to the drawing board. But, I think that very shortly you are going to see that it was worth it. Your outcome is the Page of Swords. I really love Page of Swords energy for Geminis. I'm a Gemini moon, right? And so I totally get it. And, Page of Swords is just a very good curious energy for looking into things, exploring them, and seeing what you can do. So I think curiosity would be a great energy for you. With that Page of Swords. But let's see what we get with the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. You have the Four of Swords, so definitely resting, relaxing, recovering mode, I would say, in this reading. A lot of you could be taking extra time to heal, and that's exactly what I would be doing if I were you. We have a lot of retrogrades, so, healing, recovering, resting, getting extra sleep, all those things are going to be important. With the Three of Cups, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. It's coming up with people as well. So, clearly there's something very important about you either working with people or, other people supporting the work that you do. And if you don't have those people in your life right now, I would go and find some people that support the work that you do, is what I would do with this Eight of Pentacles energy. But, again, Eight of Pentacles, very good. If you are thinking about working on something, since this is coming up in the area of your thoughts, the Eight of Pentacles basically says, sure, it's going to be work, and Eight of Pentacles is focused, diligent work. You have to, put your energy into one project and get it finished, right? But if you do that, it also represents material success on the horizon. So, it basically says the work is worth it. With the Five of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords. I feel this is questions that are popping into your head like, are things always going to be this way? Am I always going to be stuck, or, am I just kind of like stuck in this position? It's kind of a weird reading. It's like it's not a bad reading, but I feel like your mindset is a little bit stuck or something like that with these 2 cards here. And like I said, it's not a bad reading. It's just like I just think this is, one of those stages we get to in life sometimes where we just have to break out of the funk, right? And that's what I feel this reading is encouraging you to do. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Five of Cups. Again, actually pretty good, because the Wheel of Fortune with the Five of Cups would be a cycle that just keeps repeating, but it's coming up in your past position. So it's coming up in the position of something that you are moving past, and it's like you are going to let go of whatever this cycle is, or, again, if you're in a funk, like I said, it says that you will take control of that energy. Yes. With the Queen of Wands, more people showing up, Ten of Cups. So this is about, Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family. I feel this for you is all about surrounding yourself with the right people. Queen of Wands says you're very attractive at this time, But that, doesn't have to only be for love. That could be that you are attracting the right people in your life, or you are attracting people who want to support you or lift you up or whatever. So, I would definitely do that with the Ten of Cups, like focus on the connections that you are attracted to, or, focus on the connections that with people that are attracted to you. I'm not talking about like relationship-wise either. I'm just talking about that like want to support you. But Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty as well. With the Justice card, you have the Three of Swords. Every single person, I kid you not, has had the Three of Swords in the last row, so it's clearly a time of healing. Everybody's had these cards of healing as well. Three of Swords is about forgiveness. We don't have to forgive a person directly with the Three of Swords. We just have to forgive them in our heart and move forward. And the Justice card is really about focusing on that. It's like the Justice card says, is it really worth it to spend a bunch of time, focusing on someone who hurt you or caused a problem? Or, would it be better to forgive and move on so that you can move forward and make space for something new? That's what I would do there. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. Yes, this will happen quickly. I will tell you this right here. If you are building something, or if you're thinking about building something, totally worth it. And the Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Swords represents momentum. The Knight of Swords is a card of building momentum in a direction, meaning things get faster and faster and faster. So if you're working on the right things, you will notice that things probably get faster and faster and faster. If you're working on the wrong things, then maybe you will notice that things get slower and slower. So I would make sure that you are working on, the projects, the business ideas, the careers, the career directions, the things that move quicker. With the Four of Swords, you have the Two of Swords, more like slightly stuck energy. The Two of Swords is this or that. Like, I have this energy, like I feel that Geminis at this time need to not be resigned to something. It's like, sometimes I think we get to a point in our life where we just say to ourselves, well, I guess this is my life, I guess this is as good as it's going to get. And I really feel like this reading is saying, no, things are not as good as they can get. You can definitely get better. And I really want to encourage you with this reading, Gemini. That's what I feel like I need to do energetically, is I feel like energetically I need to tell you, no, it's not as good as it can get. Things can get a lot better. Things can definitely improve. There's always more life to live. People always tell me, like, I get comments all the time from people that are like, I'm 60, I don't have much life left. I'm like, we only used to live until we were like 40. And if you live to 90, you have another 30 years, which is basically another lifetime. So even if you're 60, even if you're 90, and you only have, a short time left, you still have time. It's like, why not take advantage of that time, right? Why not make the best of it? And, that's what I want to encourage you to do. Two of Swords, she's thinking that her only option is this or that, but really she has this third place behind her. And so she has another option, she has another way that can live, and that's what I would do with the Page of Swords. You have the Lovers, definitely a little bit of love here. Again, I feel not maybe all of you, but some of you might be craving a connection or, want a connection, and I do feel that there is a connection that could be coming in for you here, Gemini. The Lovers is also your card, so the Lovers says that you are showing up in a great position. You have this Tulip card. I'm really happy this came up. This card says great passion on it. If you remember at the beginning of the reading, I said I felt like this reading was kind of like missing a little bit of passion or inspiration. And so I do feel like it kind of is saying like you are finding something, like an activity or a business or something you can work on that you will be passionate about. You have this Peacock card. It says beware of great pride. Yeah, with Mars still retrograde, I would be careful. Mars will go direct soon, but, with it still retrograde and even after, I would be careful of anyone who is like too cocky or, too arrogant, any of that stuff. You have this older man. It says dealings or relationships with an older man. And you also have this December card. You could be attracting someone who was born around the end of the year, or you could have met someone around that time, and this could be love. Could be someone who is older than you. Of course, you have this Cup card. It says you should accept valid criticism. Yeah, I never know what to say with this card because it's like, sure, yeah, okay, great, there you go. You have this Wealth card. Yes, that's what I would focus on if I were you. And the wealth doesn't just have to be money. This could be a wealth of happiness, abundance, joy, whatever. 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, like, you are thinking of something you want to work on. I feel like maybe you're missing a little bit of passion, but if you get started, I feel you will develop the passion and things will improve. So yeah, pretty interesting, Gemini. Looks good though, so thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.